Hello everyone, my name is Aaron. Today we're going to be building an auto mining machine. I'm going to go step by step so it'll be easy to follow along. Step 1. With redstone tube frames, build a 2 by 3 by 1 rectangle of redstone tube frames, like so. Step 2. Put block breakers on the front, like this. This is what it looks like so far. Step 3, take a panel of any kind, put it right here and right here. Then take redstone tube frames, place them like so, 1, 2, 3, 4. Take a jacketed wire, I'm using stone, put it right here. Take a red alloy wire and place it on the same block right there. You can place it against the panel, it'll connect like so. Then take redstone tube frames again, place them 1, 2. And 1, 2. This is what it should look like at the moment. These are panels, remember that, not covers. Notice this is connected to all 3. This is from the other side. Step 4 is very simple. Just take cobblestone panels, place them like so. 1, 2, leave this one open. 3, 4, 5, 6, leave this one open, 7, 8. So these 3 spots are the only ones that should be open. For this next step, you'll have 3 ender chests to be placed. The first one, whatever your ender chest is for filled batteries, place right here. Later in the video, I'll show you my battery farm so you can know kind of what I'm using. Next, you need your item chest. So whatever your items are being sent to through these redstone pipes, this ender chest will collect them and send them to your storage system, wherever that might be. And last, you'll need your empty batteries. That will go against this panel right here. That's where the empty batteries will go, and you'll be sent back to your battery farm to be refilled. Alright, this next step is very specific. You need a filter. You need to place it facing this way. Hold on, let me see if I can get it. I may not be able to. You may need to break your ender chest to place it here. The gold line should be closer to your filled ender chest. Your filled battery ender chest. Let's place that back there. And then you need a retriever. So the gold is on the bottom. You take 2 tube frames. 1, 2. Place them just like so. For this next step, we're going to do some wiring. You'll notice I have a timer and a wireless receiver. These 2 items you place like so on the panels right here. Place one on that side so the line is going this direction. Set it to whatever frequency you want. I have my Aaron Bohr Mark II, which is set to 105. You set it to whatever you want as long as it's not being used by someone else on your server. So that's to 105. You'll need a receiver, a transmitter, wireless transmitter, somewhere. Set it to the same frequency and set it however you want. I've got mine set to on now, so it won't start running. Then I can take a timer and put it on this side facing that way. When this signal turns off, it should work. The redstone tubes should all pulse. You can set this timer to different speeds if you'd like to make your thing go faster. 2 seconds is plenty fast for me. And to test to make sure it's working, you can put a block in front of it, should break it, send it through the tubes into your item storage chest, which mine's already been pumped out. So that's that step right there. Quick overview of what we've got so far. All these in here in the middle are panels, not covers. Your next step is to set up the electricity system that the batteries will be pumped into. This is where our battery goes, here. You take 2 stone jacketed wire, or you could also put another battery box here and here. You could have 3 battery boxes. Just using this because it's cheaper. That's the next step. For this next step, we'll be placing frame motors, all 3 of them. The first one you place right here, you'll need a screwdriver or a sonic screwdriver to change the direction. You want the arrow to point to the front of the machine, and you want this line right here to point to the back. Make sure that's working properly. Next, you want this frame motor here. You want it to be upside down like this, and you want it to be the line facing to the back of the machine again, the arrow pointing to the front. And the last one here, you want the arrow to again be facing the front, and you want the line to be facing towards the back of the machine. It may take some trial and error to get it working just right, but don't worry about it. It should be fine. This is what the machine looks like again. For this next step, we'll be putting some support frames down and also putting our chunk loaders down. First, put the frames, support frames, just like this. And then put your 2 chunk loaders, one right here, and one on top of this frame motor here. This one will move with the machine, this one will move independently. For the next step, you need to prime your machine to know what to do with itself. So here in the filter, take full batteries, put it in. It will take a full battery out of here, pump it into the machine, and that will go into this battery box. And for the retriever, you want it to retrieve empty batteries out of the battery box. It'll suck the batteries back in and put them into the empty battery box, or the empty battery ender chest. So now our machine theoretically should be ready to work. Let's go ahead and give it a quick test just to see if it all works properly. Chunk loader moves independently, and the rest of the machine moves independently. Should just continue to go like this. But one thing we have not done is we have not covered up the entire machine. If you leave it like this, gravel might fall on it from above as you're boring through the earth, and will get stuck to these frames, like these 3 here. We're getting stuck to it. Anything that's touching these frames, if they are not covered, will stick, with the exception of a few things like frame motors. So go ahead and get some covers. I'm going to be using stone brick covers. Make sure you're using covers and not panels. Take the covers and put them all over it. You don't want anything showing. That includes the bottom. So make sure you crawl underneath your machine and cover up the bottom as well. Oop, not like that. If you click in the little square here, well, I say that. If you click in the little middle square there, it should work properly. Am I missing? Right there. There we go. Right in that little middle square. It should place it properly. After you cover up your machine, you should be good to go. All you need to do now is flick the lever wherever your wireless transmitter is, and it should send a signal to your wireless receiver and start the timer, and your machine should start moving. If you ever need to do some maintenance on your machine, put a frame motor underneath it. Make sure there's not a cover right here. Put a frame motor right there and back it up a block or 2, and you can do some maintenance. I would suggest having more block breakers than this. This is just for demonstration purposes. Though, just so you know, the more redstone tube frames you have and block breakers in front of it, the more items that'll be flowing through those redstone tube frames might create a bit of lag if you have it going at a pretty good clip. So either slow it down or have not a huge amount. I've got another frame machine that you can see in a previous episode I've released, and it's quite large, but it did create some problems for the server after running for 5 or 6 days. So just be aware. Just remember to take off these covers, then put the redstone tube frames in the block breakers, and then cover it back up. Cover up the edges. You'll want to, here, let me show you real quick. These aren't redstone tube frames, so I'll need to get some more of those, but pretend these are redstone tube frames. If you have it out like this, with block breakers in front of it, you'll want to cover up these. You don't want anything sticking, and if this was the top row up here, you'd want to cover them up just like I've done up here. You'll want to cover those up too, so things don't stick to them. So there you have it. That's the entire machine. Hopefully it brings you many hours of sipping your favorite beverage, watching yourself collect a ton of ore, and not doing anything else. Certainly has made my life a lot easier. Be sure to ask your server mates if it's okay if you build a monstrosity like this, if it's going to be huge, and if you don't have their blessing, don't do it. You'll get kicked off your server. Thank you very much. If you make it small, it shouldn't be a big deal. Shouldn't lag you very much. Now I'm going to go off and show you the battery system that I have hooked up. If you only needed to see this, congratulations, you're done. Thanks for watching. Forgot one very important detail. Break the cover, or the panel that's right here, and place a jacketed wire right here, a red jacketed wire, that will pulse these two things. I did the last segment, which you're going to see in a moment, and had forgotten that little tidbit. There we go. Without that wire, these things won't pulse, they won't extract and suck in batteries, and your machine won't move after the battery drains. So there you go. As you can see, I put some more panels on here just to give it a test run. Works just fine now. So there you go. There you have it. Alright, now with the previously recorded section. Welcome to atop my Blaze farm, where I have a solar array here of red power solar panels, and they're all hooked up to this battery box here. This battery box gets empty batteries from our mining machine right here out of the yellow chest. This filter takes out empty batteries and pushes them into this battery box where they get filled. The battery box then has a battery sucked out of it by this retriever, which is set to receive full batteries or retrieve full batteries because it takes them out and puts them into our green ender chest. So green means go. That's the one on our mining machine. Remember that retrievers need to be powered, so have an extra solar panel or something here right next to this, or maybe a battery box. And over here I've got a timer that's sending a pulse to this redstone tube frame, so that way it sets all this to go off at once. There are probably easier ways to do this, but that's how it worked for me. That should be everything you need. It's a very simple setup. There's probably simpler ones out there, but if you don't want to be bothered to look, you can copy mine. So there you go. That should be everything you need. If you want to see my setup for applied energistics, I'm using that to suck things out of the green-black ender chest, the one that collects all the items from our tunnel bore. You can go ahead and check one of my other videos, my series. I think I explain it pretty well. And that's everything you need to know for the tunnel bore. So use it and use it well. I hope you enjoy. Feel free to check out my other videos on Feed the Beasts or any other PvP videos, Exile server videos, whatever you like, even old videos. And please leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. If you like this sort of thing, let me know, and maybe I'll do some more of them. Thank you. Have a great day.